Hey friends from the KTM sphere. Today I was asked to give my impressions on the new springs from Touratech. So I installed the 30mm lowering spring kit from Touratech. So front fork springs, and then the new black spring for the rear. This is the old one. As you can see, the first thing I can say is, even though they say you don't need to, you need to cut your, or find another kickstand. And it's not by a small amount. This is what I cut off. And I'm most likely going to cut off a bit more. So it's probably about, let's see, probably have some measuring device somewhere. Not here. Not here. Yes, right here. So I'm not going to do it scientifically, but a few millimeters. Do it one-handed. It's about 15 mil that I removed, right? And I'm probably going to go a bit higher, like 20. So that's the first myth, that you don't need the kickstand modified. I don't believe it. It felt really upright and ready to fall off. So I did that for mine because where I live, most of the streets are at an angle, at a serious angle, so always in a risk of it not being parked right. Actually, yeah, let's not talk about that. So there you go. So I'm gonna probably take it for a ride. Try to film some angles and see if we can make some conclusions on that. Not sure I will be, because most of my impressions are on the feet. So I'm gonna see if I can put a camera down there and show you, but probably not. All right. Cheers. The angle of the bike with the stands cut off. So let's imagine I put this underneath. Of course, it's a bit gone from the saw, but you can kind of see it wouldn't take much for me, honestly, to push it and it would go over. So I'm not going to touch it, but that's how upright it would stand. So there's no way this could work, day to day. This needs to be modified. Way too dangerous. Even though if I turn it the other way, I'm sure I get a better angle, but still, this is very dangerous. Heavy, but so without that, whoosh. Much better. So I'm sure you can hear me. That's the usual. The tractor is struggling a bit when it's not been run for a while. Anyway, so the plan for this little demo is pretty easy. I'm going to show you what makes a difference for me. One, I can now put my foot over the seat. I know I'm short, so these might not look like much for other people, but I could never do that before. Next, if you could see my foot when I'm on one side of the bike, so never, you know, I'm now on my my tiptoes on each side, but very comfortably on my tiptoes, so I can really move the bike now. But my normal position is left foot up and right foot down because I have an ankle injury, so it's always the same position. I know it's not the position you're supposed to have so that you can reach the brake, but I can't do the other one. So with one foot on the right side down, I can flat foot it on one side without too much discomfort. So massive difference for me. I could not do that without the spring changed. We're gonna try to go to first gear. There we go. Yeah, it needs to be run because I have a feeling KTMs, this is my first KTM, I have a feeling they kind of want to go and have fun. They don't like to be on a lockdown. So we're gonna go to the right a little bit. I'm gonna try to find a flat spot where I can talk freely without too many people looking around and wondering what the hell I'm trying to do with the motorcycle. And you know, people are kind of helpful, so they're going to try to help me, thinking that I have a problem with my motorcycle. I don't. So here we go. I'm going to try to find a spot. I think there's a spot over there next to the school that I can try to go to. What was that? Sorry for the bad word. I think she had the mask over her eyes. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. Anyway, so very interesting. I don't have a mask. I have a helmet. That's face covering, right? Man, it feels good to ride it. It's been a while. It's been a long time. As you can see, it's only got 780 miles now, so it's not like we went anywhere since my last video 2 months ago. So this sometimes is free, sometimes it's full of people, because everybody, you know, got to run and walk their dogs, right? Oh, look at that. Okay, too many people here, so we're not going to do that. What do you think they're doing here? I'm not going to be an illegal guy, but okay, let's go. Testing the ABS. So for those wondering how it behaves on the road after the spring change, same, but probably improved. And here's the place where it really, I believe, makes it better. Let me find a spot right here. That was basically a sewer sewer thing. Much smoother. Beaver Springs, really harsh on the attack. I don't know, I'm not a suspension specialist, but really hard. This, much easier. So look at these people, supposedly on lockdown, but still gathering. How about this house? Do not disturb occupants. And then we have all these people that are going to the park. That was my other spot, so let's go to another one. One of my favorite Mexican restaurants right there on the street. I'm gonna go down this way because I think I can. Oh no, I can't do that. Big mistake. That's not that it's a one way, it's more I can't really go beyond just the small road here. So something that's good about the lower springs, way easier to do this. I don't know why, but more confidence, no clue. And I can guarantee you, I am not a good rider. Not at all. So far, feels good. And one thing you've seen is I have not hesitated now to stop and put my foot down. I'm not thinking about it anymore. In the past, and it was only 30 mil, I would be careful where I stopped, because I might not reach down. Because I'm limited to one foot only, right? I'm limited to my right foot. So go down this road. That way you get to visit my neighborhood. The sun is about to come down. It's going to be a pain. If that happens, it's going to be in my eyes. Love the quick shifter. A great thing to have. So we're gonna do another test. So at the traffic circle there, the curb is not very high, but it's good enough that is noticeable. I'm gonna just go run over it and see what happens, right? Nothing, like butter. So, is there a difference? I think absolutely. Is it good difference? I think absolutely. And it's bizarre because when you look at it, the suspension itself, so most of the suspension work is done by a piston and some hydraulics. The spring in your mind doesn't really do much because it's kind of fixed. Well, except for this one. This one is progressive as far as I can tell, so the more you squeeze the harder it gets, which is kind of counter to a spring. Spring normally has a K that's kind of the same all the time, and that's how you can, you know, adjust it for your riding style. And by the way, preload doesn't mean that you're modifying the spring tension or anything like that. It's just that you're putting the your seat height a bit better, a bit higher or lower. Okay. does it turn, right? So that was one of the questions. Do you lose in your drivability? I honestly, I don't know if it's because I dropped the forks as well as I changed the springs, but this is better than what it was before. I felt it was a bit more, you know, resisting turns. Now it's kind of willing, but it's not wobbly, so it's not unstable once you reach that point where you want to stop and turn. So I feel this is a better compromise, but again, I might have reached this by pure randomness, right? Change the springs, drop the forks. I had the forks dropped already. Oh my god, what's going on here? Is a walking club or? Oh man, can't do that. So, given this lockdown thing, it's been getting harder and harder to find a spot where you can stop and have a time for yourself. I feel like the population is getting healthier just because they couldn't. Which is weird, right? Whoa. That was a rock. Okay, so I'll put it here. I don't know. It seems like a good spot. Is it? Probably not, but I'll see. Another thing I can do now, I can push the bike backwards. I've never been able to do that. Alright, neutral, kickstand down, let it out, stop the bike. I'm gonna dismount the way I always dismount, which is the old way. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is gonna use my phone, I think. I'm gonna try to use my phone to show you the foot situation. So I'm gonna do two quick little movies. Right? And so from here, so this first one is going to be, so I'm just going to do it the way I like it. So look at this, right? So you'll see it on the camera. I'm flat-footed on the right side, so let's do that, right? Now, the other thing we can see is if you pull, this is a lot lighter because you can see the, I don't know if it's the center of gravity or what, but it's much lower. So I don't know, it finds easier. So and I'll do it from the front, that way we get both. And we're going to do the same. So we're going to stand on it and we'll try to. So there you go. So I'm very comfortable and I can do the rest, but I need to switch really low. There's a bit of an incline and you can still do that, but a little bit less comfortable. So there you go. That's kind of what I think about in terms of the ride height and the ride by itself. Okay, we're gonna go back on the bike, And I'm gonna do something real quick here. Not gonna do. Need to go this way. Whoops. So there's more people here than I've ever seen since I've lived here. And I don't know if it's because of me, because of something else, but it looks a lot like people have now made the decision that they can't stand without having a walk every day, which, to be honest, it's good for me, but okay, let's go slowly front. You know, I'm not a very good rider, as I said, so can't do this very well. So I'm prudent. No, I'm scared, really. So the one thing we're gonna do is go back. I wish I can find an easy trail I can show you, but so just with the springs front and back, my level of confidence as what I would call a bad rider has improved 100%. And my main issue being that I'm 5'3". If something happens and I have a few injuries on my feet, my arm, my legs, if something happens, I don't have the strength to actually pull the bike back up, and I actually don't have the strength to hold it up with my legs only. So that 30mm gave me a huge amount. We're gonna see if there's anything here. No, it's closed like everything else. And so now I am actually looking forward to go off-road. One of my friends has proposed that we go on an easy ride. We've got he's got an Africa Twin, obviously superior, but the guy is not much taller than I am. He's taller for sure, but not much. And so he'd like to show me a little bit around, so that would be probably my first real off-road video, to be honest. Okay, so how does this ride? Awesome. Now, one thing for sure, I did the change myself, so I have absolutely no doubt that I forgot to tighten something, and I'm probably going to rewatch my video because I'm going to realize I forgot to do something on the reassembly. As some have noted before, my first video with the rear spring, I forgot to put the dust protector. I had to remove it again and put it on. Once you've done it once, I swear it's a whole lot easier afterwards. But if I had a video that showed it all just like I did, I would have not spent my time twice. Anyway, we're almost back. Look at that. Stop. No hesitation. Get on the foot. It's not completely flat, but that's because I'm sitting straight in the middle. And I'm gonna go right at this junction, and I think that's gonna be it for today, unless I see a way to get off the beaten path. I don't think there is. This is too dangerous for me. The curb is like as high as the bottom of my bike now, so speed limit. Sorry.